Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to actually make a recap on a game I had on chess.com against 1400 players, about 1400. And actually, the engine after the game made a estimated rating according to the game about 1300 for my opponent and 1900 for me, and it was very interesting for me. I want to share this game to you. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Let's review the actually beautiful game. I started with d4. My actually opponent made a e6, which is a Horwitz, and I made a c4 because I actually wanted to grab the center with my pawns. These are all book moves and theory, you can see. And d6, these are not good moves because you're losing the actual control of the center, and you are not at the same time developing a piece, which is recommended at the beginning of the game. Knight f3 and a6. Actually, a6 is an inaccuracy move because engines suggest to actually develop a piece, because you're in the beginning of the game, you can say engine says +1 for white pieces, and it is a good small advantage. e4 was my choice, and you can see it is the best move because there are 3 pawns in the middle of the center, and it's really powerful pawns in the middle of the board. h6 was my another not so good move, and bishop d3. Bishop d3 is a commitment move because I developing a piece and the game goes on. Knight develops, I short castled, and b6 my opponent's reaction, and knight actually d2 trying to support this knight together. These are very powerful knight trying to support each other, and bishop b7 trying to fianchetto this bishop and have a control of this long diagonal, and in the end of game he might have a control over this long diagonal, then trying to have some attack to my king. e3 was my choice to have this good actually chain of pawns, 3 chain of pawns together, and these are all supported together, and also preparing for a fianchetto bishop to have a look at this long diagonal. g6 and bishop b2. This is the best move. You can see engine suggests that this is very good move. And after that, I actually support this bishop with my rook, and with rook b1, and also rook is not in the actually attack of that bishop. Knight e7 was best move, and I try to attack with my central pawns and try to have some attacks in the middle of the game. d5 d5. What the answer was actually e5, trying to close this diagonal for both bishops so they can't attack each other. Actually, queen c2 trying to support this bishop here and have some moves in the game. Knight c5 was not so inaccurate move. It's good move, but it's not best move. Trying to attack this bishop, I easily can go back and there is no problem for my bishop. c6 trying to break the chain of pawn in the middle of the board, and at the same time you can see I answer his attack with my own attack. This is a unique actually way of answering the attack. I attack the knight. He can't take this one because I take the knight, and he made a mistake. You can see when you push your opponent in the pressure, under pressure, they can do some mistakes. He tried to take my pawn, and he forgot that this pawn was supported by 2 of my major pieces. I took with the knight to some pawn trade happened in the middle of the board, and the bishop took the pawn, and I'm up 1 point of material in the middle of the game, and engine actually says that it is 2.3 for white, which is a huge advantage. So let's continue. The bishop tried to seize this pawn, which is actually undefended, and I made a a3 trying to support at the same time this pawn and go away from that bishop attack. A short castle, knight c3, and the bishop goes all the way back to the home. Knight d2 and actually d5, which is best move. A bishop f3 my goal was actually to have a actual look on this bishop, because after some moves, for example d4, I can take this bishop because that bishop is actually unsupported and easily can be captured on the next moves. So he's trying to attack my bishop. I go back to e2. Another blunder happened in the middle of the game. You can see this pawn is supposed to have a support for this pawn, and if he moves here, I can easily capture with the knight, and this knight is supported by two of my pieces here. So the take with knight by bishop, and some trades happened here, and I'm up 2 points of material, which is actually good for winning the game. Engine says 3 for white pieces, and already white can easily win the game with some good moves. And you can see this is not a double attack or fork, because I easily can capture with the queen and nothing will happen. The queen trade will happen and the game goes on. So this is not a double attack. Knight f5, and my answer for that was rook d1, trying to have some attack on this queen after some moves. Rook c8, which is excellent move to attack my undefended queen. The queen goes to d3, and which is best move. All the best moves happen here. You can see rook e8 is best move, and I go for hunting this knight here because I'm up material and want to easily simplify the game as quickly as possible. And another mistake of my opponent happened, because he forgot that this actually square is covered by my knight and I easily can capture. And the worst thing is that I can capture with check and double attack, and this is he forgot. I took the queen and the knight, a knight for bishop trade happened. Also I take the pawn here, and this is almost over. 6.6 for white. Engine shows 6 for white, and this is reasonable game in this actually intermediate levels. And he immediately felt that loss and resigned the game, because I easily can attack the queen and so much pieces are involved in the attack, and I easily can win the game. And this was very good actually game for me. You can see some mistakes like queen blunder can happen in 13 or 14, even 1500 players, and I want to show all this to you and wanted to improve my rating. We can do it together, and my goal is actually to have 2000 rating in 1 year. So I started my journey actually in 9 months ago, and I was 750 at the beginning, and now I'm about 1400, which is good progression. And you can also do this progression too. And all the way my goal is actually for 2000 under 1 year, so we can do it together. Thanks for watching me. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video. See you in the next video.